my name's Ellie and I'm 21 years old and I care for my little girl who is just over there. And you might have seen me looking back really over and over because that was the first time I've ever left her. So before I start, I'd like to share a poem, and the poem is called Welcome to Holland by Emily Pearl, and this poem has brought me great comfort in my caring role. When you're going to have a baby, it's like planning a fabulous vacation trip to Italy. You buy a bunch of guidebooks and make wonderful plans. The Colosseum, the Michelangelo David, the Gonzales in Venice, you even may learn some handy phrases in Italian. It's so exciting. After months and months of eager anticipation, that day finally arrives. You pack your bags and off you go. Several hours later and the plane lands. The stewardess comes in and says, "Welcome to Holland." "Holland," you say. "What do you mean, Holland? I signed up for Italy. I'm supposed to be in Italy. All my life I've dreamed of going to Italy." But there's been a change in the flight plan. They have landed in Holland and there you must stay. The important thing is, they haven't taken you to a horrible, disgusting, filthy place full of pesticides, vermin and diseases. It's just a different place. So you must go out and buy new guidebooks and you must learn a whole new language and you'll meet a whole new group of people who you would have never met before. It's just a different place. It's a lot slower paced than Italy, it's a lot less flashy than Italy, but after you've been there a while and you catch your breath, you look around and begin to notice Holland has windmills, Holland has tulips, Holland even has remembrance. But everyone you know is coming and going from Italy, and for the rest of your life you'll say, yes, that's where I was supposed to go, that's what I had planned. But if you spend your life mourning the fact that you didn't go to Italy, you may never be free to enjoy the very special things and the very lovely things about Holland. So in 2022, I gave birth to a beautiful little girl called Delilah Sky. She was born with some extra superpowers, and in our lives, no 2 days are the same. So Delilah is fed by a tube into her stomach due to something called AFRID. So she doesn't eat enough to sustain her life, and most days I'll spend counting calories, watching what fluid goes in and what fluid comes right back out because she's a serial vomiter, like she's constantly vomiting. Often her vomits do become quite dangerous and she struggles to clear her own airways. This has resulted in me having to resuscitate her twice on 2 different occasions. Currently, we are waiting another surgical procedure to help, but waiting lists for hospitals are absolutely ridiculous, like they are so long. Delilah's life has always been touch and go. We often find her life is 3 steps forwards and another 10 back. This can be both draining mentally and physically. She has seizures and behavioural struggles, and the strain of watching this can be extremely, extremely scary. Even more so when she sits hurting herself and there is nothing I can do. The carer service have been fantastic in supporting me through many tears, both happy and sad. I think the best thing the carer service have ever done for me is give me a first night's sleep in 11 months. And a lot of you may be sat now wondering, why did she get to sleep? So this is called a stats monitor, and unfortunately Delilah didn't meet the criteria to have a stats monitor on the NHS, and the carer service managed to get some funding so I could buy Delilah a stats probe for home. So this I can put on her foot and on her leg, and I've got an app on my phone, and no matter where she is in my house, I can see what her oxygen levels are and I can see what her heart rate is. I can be in the kitchen doing my washing up while she's in bed, and I will get an alert straight away if anything changes. So I really do appreciate the work they do for us, and I really do hope everyone continues to support the vital work the carer service do. Thank you.